See, God put me on this earth to help save souls and reach those in the cold, lost from the fold. See, growing up, we fall to temptation that oftentimes leads to unwanted vacations and sad destinations and crying for restoration from that penitentialization. The name Daddy gave you, they changed to a number. We gotta be strong. So God tapped us on the shoulder when we was in the world. We were too focused on money, the women, time and control. But now I'm on that stairway to heaven. Hey man, freedom sure feel good, don't it? Don't freedom feel good? Hey, listen, this video right here, man. Hey, we're gonna talk about a little bit of this prison stuff, right? Hey, young people, don't go to prison, man. Man, don't go, man. Listen, man, don't go to prison, man. It ain't worth it. Get your education, graduate from high school, go to college, or either go to trade school, start you a business, man. You got all kind of options, man. But you start erasing options off of the table when you go to prison, man. You get that F, that convicted felon behind your name, all right? So look, man, hit the subscribe button, like the video, share, man, share. Hey, look, help a brother get his numbers up, man. Shout out to my partner, man, George Oliver, Jump Forward Incorporated, man. Hey, man, we out here just trying to, mentor these kids and stuff like that, man. And help, people coming out of prison, stuff like that, man. You know what I'm saying? So look, I'm gonna share this video right here, and this particular video, man, it was a brawl, right? It was a brawl, right? So this was during my 13 years that I spent in the feds. I did state time back in the 90s, and I did 13 straight years in the feds from 2004 to 2017, right? So, man, listen to this. I get to the holdover jail, right? At that time, in the Atlanta area, Northern District of Georgia, one of the holdover pretrial jails that they used for the feds was in Union City, Georgia. That's just south of Atlanta, right? Union City, just south in the metro area of Atlanta, right? So, man, in understanding what jail is, prison, then you got to understand that it's factions. It's like sections. It's cliques. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely gangs, right? So at this particular spot, it was a lot of friction between the blacks and the Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of friction, man. A lot of friction. Now, the Hispanics had a lot of friction between themselves too, depending on what gang they belonged to or was affiliated with. You know what I'm saying? So they made sure they didn't put certain gang members with the other Hispanics in the cell block or the dormitory with certain other gang affiliations, right? That's like putting Crips and Bloods in the same cell block together. You know what I'm saying? They're going to kill each other, right? So anyway, in Union City, man, 2004. Now this before I, gave my life to the Lord and all that stuff. At this time, man, you know what I mean? Hey, man, I'm still very worldly minded. I'm gambling every day, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know what I'm saying, doing time. And I'm a convict for real. I done way too much time not to be. You understand what I'm saying? So, man, Union City, all the blacks, most of the blacks, I ain't gonna say all of them, it was a few that slept upstairs, had room upstairs, but most of the black people stayed in the rooms downstairs. You know what I'm saying? On the lower, you know what I'm saying? The lower level. And most of the Hispanic dudes stayed in the rooms upstairs. You know what I'm saying? So then you had a few white dudes. It's probably about 60 people in the dorm all together. Probably about 60. Something like that. It might have been about 65, something like that. And it was about half and half as far as how many, you know what I'm saying, the number of blacks and the number of Spanish guys, right? It might have been slightly more black dudes for the most part, you know what I'm saying? It might have been slightly more black dudes, and it was probably a few, maybe 8, 9, maybe 10, probably about 8 white dudes, you know what I'm saying, in the dorm, right? So, like I said, the tensions used to be high, you know what I'm saying, with the racial, you know what I'm saying, differences or whatever, right? So, man, one day we gambling, right? We gambling, man. Back then I'm gambling, you know what I'm saying? So we in my room, we in our room, and in this particular spot, it was 8 men to a room, right? 8 beds, 8 men to a room, you know what I'm saying? So this particular day, we down there, man. No, I take that back. We wasn't in my room. We was in Reg and them room. Man. Reg and Marco and all them boys, you know what I'm saying? Diablo boys. We was in their room, right? So we in Reg and them room gambling. So it's 8 people to a room though. So all of a sudden, this one black dude, he was kind of, you know what I'm saying? He was I forget his name, you know what I'm saying? But he was just kind of like into stuff, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't no, you know what I'm saying, real squabbler, you know what I'm saying? He probably like would fight. He probably talked a little bit too much, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Got into a little bit too much stuff. But he was cool with all of us, you know what I'm saying? And so we in there gambling, man, and it's me and Big Spody, Marco, Reggie, think Big Debo. I don't think Debo was gambling though. But Big Debo was in there. I forget the other dude name, man. But it was like some more JoJo, some more black dudes and stuff in there, right? Well, CJ, see, I gotta explain CJ to you. Listen, young people, don't go to prison, man. If you've never been to prison, man, don't go. And that's for anybody. If you've never been to prison, don't go. Stop taking penitentiary chances, man. It don't do nothing but ruin your life, man. It ain't no fun, doc, at all, period. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, hit the like button. Somebody, y'all share this video with at least 3 people. You know what I'm saying? So listen, CJ was from Atlanta, probably about late 20s, maybe about 27, 26, somewhere around in there. Built like a tank. You know what I'm saying? Black dude, built like a tank. You know what I'm saying? You know, he hood raised. Country boy strong though. You know what I'm saying? Like CJ, man, like he one of them people, like a lot of times you see big people that got muscles and stuff like that. Either they big and some of them not really that strong. You know what I'm saying? But some of them, like, they might be big, but they slow. You know what I'm saying? Their movement slow. Some of them big and they don't really have agility, stuff like that, right? Man, but CJ was just he was just a cock-strong dude, man. Cool, you know what I'm saying? You know, we was cooler than a fan, man. You know what I mean? CJ was a cock-strong dude, man. But not only was he a cock-strong dude, he was strong for real. He was agile, you know what I'm saying? As if CJ probably weighed about, he might have been, I don't know, maybe 6'2", 240, something like that. Somewhere around there. He didn't move like he was 240 though. CJ moved like he would probably, you know what I'm saying, 190. That's dangerous. You understand what I'm saying? He had agility like that. He had coordination like that. A lot of big dudes don't have. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, man, CJ, man, he done got into a few scuffles, and it wasn't never no match. It was never no match. CJ would, you know what I'm saying? You got to give him his props. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, the other dude, the black dude, he come running down the stairs and bust up in the gambling game. He like, you know what I'm saying? So we look at him, his shirt all tore and twisted up, man. And, he got, you know what I'm saying? Like he done been hit up in the face. He got a couple of lumps or something up over his eye, like scratched or something, So all of a sudden, everybody like, man, what's going on? What's going on? So he like, man, the Spanish boys, man, they jump me. You know what I'm saying? Man, this silly dude done caused the race ride. You know what I'm saying? And this instantaneous though, you know what I mean? So instantly, everybody I'm cool with start running out the room. Everybody going for war. Everybody going for war. You know what I'm saying? So I'm running too. Now when he came running in the room, I'm on the back side of the table that's farthest away from the door. So when everybody start running out the room, I'm one of the last people to run out the room. Because of I was farthest away from the door too. So as I'm running out the room, you know what I'm saying, I'm looking to see what's going on, and you just see folk rumbling, you know what I'm saying, just rumbling, man. You know what I'm saying, some of the Mexicans, man, they done came down the stairs, you know what I'm saying, it's rumbling, and I see CJ, and I'm trying to look to see what's going on. It's deodorant bottles flying off the top tier. They got these deodorant bottles and they throwing them, they chunking them down at us, and they busting. You know what I'm saying? So the floor is becoming slippery at the same time. I understand this happening real fast, right? So these deodorant bottles, they was like the little government issue deodorant bottles. So we could just get them, you could get them almost like on a weekly basis or whatever. So it wasn't nothing to have 15, 20 of them little deodorant bottles, and they throwing them down like missiles. They throwing them like missiles, you know what I'm saying? They hitting folks, you know what I'm saying? And so you trying to duck, and they throwing them down the thing. And some of the Spanish dudes hadn't ran down the steps though, right? So as I'm coming around the table, right, I go around to the left first so I can see, you know what I'm saying, them things coming flying down. And I look over there, I see CJ. One hit, one punch. Pow! CJ done hit a dude. Knocked him clean out. Knees buckled. Dude just fall. I'm talking about he fell in a real like flicked manner, like where it looked like he could have broke his leg the way he fell. He knocked out. CJ done knocked him out. Boom. He out. Everybody squabbling, man. Everybody squabbling. And so I'm running over at a one dude, and I like steal him like right over by the TV. If you got the TV right here, then you got a table right there in the front of the TV. I remember one table right there, and it was like another table to the right and another table like kind of behind that one or whatever. So the TV right there, and man, I remember, you know what I'm saying, like stealing the dude from the side, like boom. And as I'm hitting the dude, I'm slipping too. Remember the flow slippery now. All this stuff spilling out, the deodorant bottles that they throwing down, you know what I'm saying, down our way. And I remember slipping at the same time, like boom. And I remember like somebody like hitting me, you know what I'm saying, like boom, boom. So I'm trying to see what's going on. I'm trying to get up at the same time, and I look over there, and the Spanish dudes had this one big Spanish dude, and he was like the head dude, you know, for the Spanish dudes in our dorm, you know what I'm saying? So his name was Felix, you know, and he had, you know what I'm saying, like Felix was kind of like, he give you that, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, tough guy persona, you know what I'm saying, like that's how he carried himself, you know what I'm saying, you know, it is what it is. So CJ really had been really wanting a reason to get Felix for real, right? So now was his time. Man, I look up and I see CJ, he hit Felix like boom, stunned him. He didn't fall though. Then CJ just grabbed him up from behind, put him in a chokehold, man. Remember now, CJ strong as an ox, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, look, he put Felix up in a chokehold. And man, I'm looking at this right here go on at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to swing. I'm getting hit. And I just see, when I look back over, I just see Felix drop to the floor. He sleep. CJ done put him to sleep, man. The man done put the man to sleep. There's two people now he done put to sleep. One of them he done punched to sleep. And the other dude, he done choked him to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the rumble still going on. Well, all of a sudden, the guards rushing in. They rushing in. You know what I'm saying? They got the, you know what I'm saying, the shields and the tear gas and stuff, man. I mean the pepper spray. Man, they shooting that pepper spray. Pew, they shooting the pepper spray in there. So all of a sudden, that pepper spray everywhere. So we all go ducking and running, you know what I'm saying? So we all running, man. We running. We trying to get to our rooms and duck that pepper spray, right? You just trying to get to a room. You trying to get somewhere and get away from that pepper spray. That pepper spray burning, right? So, man, so my room was all the way in the corner, you know what I'm saying? So I'm in the room with me, CJ, Chuck, old man McDuffie. Old man McDuffie wasn't fighting. He wasn't expected to, you know what I'm saying? He's a senior citizen. And there's a few more dudes in the room with us. What's his name? Concrete wasn't in our room, but I remember he ran down there to our room. Everybody just trying to escape this pepper spray. So now we all down there burning. Now they done cleared the dorm out. So when we look out, the two dudes who CJ done knocked out, they still out, dog. They still out. So they bring the stretcher in there, you know what I'm saying? You know, they in there tending to them. They in there trying to see about them. They bring the stretcher out. Listen, man, young people, y'all don't want to go through this stuff, man. You don't want to go through this foolishness, man. You know what I'm saying? And they're fighting, man, basically for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Really, the fight ended up being over a girl, man, over the dude fiance or the dude wife. Because the black dude, the one that came running after they done jumped on him, he had got caught up because he had went to visitation, and he had in some kind of way slid in and got one of the dudes, one of the other black dudes from next door. The dude had got his girl phone number, whatever, and so he started talking to the girl. So when the dude next door found out, he put a hit on the black dude. He sent a hit on him. You know what I'm saying? Cause we could holler. We could speak to each other through the door of the next cell block. You know what I'm saying? You could go to the door and you could knock on the door like, bum, 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 bum. Hey, man, such and such over there. Hey, man, send him to the door. Send him to the door. So they'll send, you know, whoever it is you calling to the door. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, Larry over there. Yeah, short Larry. Yeah. Send him to the door. So they'll come to the door and, you know what I'm saying? You can sit there and have a conversation, right? So that's what had happened. So when the dude had found out that his girl had been talking to the black dude over in our dorm, the dude put a hit out on him. He called the Spanish dude who he knew to the door and told him, you know what I'm saying, he'll give him X amount of whatever dollars or whatever it is that he promised him. You know what I'm saying? Told him who the dude was or whatever. Said, hey, yeah, man, you know, dude been hollering at my girl, man, such. I give you you know, X amount of dollars, you know what I'm saying, y'all going and do him in. So that's what happened. Put a hit on him. So now it's blood everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple of knots on me. I had them slip and fell on the floor. I remember looking up and jumping and looking up and seeing Chuck coming, jumping up across the table and hit the table and slide across the table. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, everything down there slippery now. They done throw so many deodorant bottles, all this stuff busting, right? So, man, long story short, man, they ended up taking two dudes out on stretchers, man. Both of them CJ done knocked out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of folks were busted up, bruised up, this, that, and the other. And at the end of the day, I don't even remember them taking nobody to the hole. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you get in stuff in, you know what I'm saying, you know, you incarcerated, man. It ain't all, the police ain't always gonna save you, man. I remember the story going like, okay, they took them two dudes, the two Spanish dudes, they took them to the hole. It was a couple black dudes that was damaged too. You know what I'm saying? That just didn't go on no stretcher. You know what I'm saying? If I remember right, I remember somebody probably had to go to medical, had to get, you know what I'm saying, you know, maybe stitched up or get, you know what I'm saying, some tended to, put it like that, right? But yeah, they took them out on the stretcher. Now Felix, I don't remember them bringing Felix back or the other dude back that got knocked out. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of us, they locked us down. They locked us down. You know what I'm saying? We stayed locked down for about, it seemed like about at least a week. You know what I'm saying? Where they wouldn't let us out. So then they started letting out. So they started letting the black dudes out into the dormitory for a certain period of time. Then they would lock us back in the cell. Then they started letting the Spanish dudes out into the dormitory for a certain period of time. Then they started letting the white dudes out in the dormitory for a certain period of time. So they did that for probably a couple of weeks. But the first week we were just like locked down. You know what I'm saying? You just stuck in the room. You know what I mean? You just stuck in the room with 8 other, you know what I'm saying, 8 other inmates or whatever, man. But hey, man, that's the story, man. The brawl that went down at Union City. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the. It was just one of them. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, young people, stay out of these folks' prison, man. Don't go, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. Hey, Real Mio TV, man. We love y'all. Thank you, man. Keep on sharing these videos, man. We're gonna keep them coming. All right, y'all be blessed.